Hey y'all, day 6 check-in. Okay, y'all already know why we're here. All right, we're spending a few minutes every day from 7 to 7:15. We get in and out because we're only just making ourselves aware of what we need. All right, now I'm gonna go through my day, and then you can go through your day on your own time. All right, now I'm not gonna go through all of these things, but two things that I picked out for me today is that I did not feel like working out today. Okay, but I did work out today, so that was something that I felt like I really did good on. And then also, I did not take my walk today. Now I just do the walk as extra sometimes because I like to get outside in the sun. But this morning I didn't do it because I needed to get my workout done before I started work. Now, part of self-care is really getting to know yourself and your patterns and the things that you don't like doing and set yourself up for success, right? And this is an example of it. I do not uh, like to push my workout to the evenings. Now, I've been known to do workout stuff before in the evenings, but knowing me, if I do not get it done first thing in the morning, then I'm more likely to skip it, than if I just be like, okay, I'm about to do it in the morning. If I do it in the morning, I just get it done. I just get it done. It's already in the books. And sometimes I forget that I did it. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, we did work out this morning. But that's the whole point. Let's just get it out the way. Plus, low key, it drives the choices of food that I make if I work out in the morning. So that's just me, right? So I do what I got to do mine in the morning because I know that, the lazy side of me is going to be like, we can just skip it. And I'm not doing that because future me is counting on the maintenance that today me is doing. That's the whole point behind Self Care Revolution. The things that you're doing are little maintenance things, little maintenance habits to make future you be set up for success, right? So you don't want to piss yourself off because that's crazy. But yeah, so this morning I didn't feel like working out, but I had to get it done. I had to get it done, and I felt good afterwards. I always feel good after the workout, and that's the thing that I always talk about with motivation. Motivation comes after you start. So once I do the workout, then I'm motivated to do other stuff and to keep going on my day or whatever. So you already know what you probably need to be aware of that you need to take action on. The thing you keep skipping that you know you need to do. All right, you know what it is, and so you need to figure that out. I want to encourage you to stop and ask yourself, what did you eat today? What was it? Name the place that you got the food from, or name the foods that you ate. You know what I'm saying? What did you drink today? Name the drinks that you had. Like, say these things to yourself because the awareness is where the work is. The awareness, because you're not going to be able to unsee that, and you need that data. Okay, so anyway, like I said, I have a workbook that I use for myself. If you want to get the workbook, it's in my bio, but you can also download a free tracker to include self-care in your daily life on the website, selfcaremattersdaily.com. All right, now I do want to leave y'all with a question, and this question, I would like y'all to put the answer in the comments. Okay, if you are, real with yourself. Okay, because a lot of times we feel like we're doing something and we're literally just really talking about it and sitting on the sidelines watching everybody else do it. Now, I don't know about you, but I had a lot of time where I watched so many people get in shape, start businesses. All the while I'm talking about doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. But when I really looked at it, I wasn't spending enough consecutive days really doing the thing. I was talking about the thing. All right. So what I want you to ask yourself, all right, and put it in the comments is, what is the longest number of consecutive days that you worked your plan? That could be a plan for, I'm planning to work out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. What is the longest number of consecutive days that you actually did it? Okay. I want to know, because what we're finding out is that we're doing a lot of talking and we're not actually doing the thing. Now, I say we because I'm not just talking about you. I had to do this myself. I was like, I got some really good plans. I know exactly the days that I'm going to work out. I know what to do. I don't have any questions about that. Everything I needed, but I was not actually following through on what I planned, right? It existed, but was I doing it? So I want you to be real with yourself. And that's the reflection question for today. What's the longest number of consecutive days you have worked your plan? I want to know the workout, the diet, starting the business, you know, let us know, because part of the reason why I want y'all to get in the comments too is because you just never know who you're going to inspire. I learn all types of stuff through the comments, or get inspired by, books people might drop in the comments, or some regimen people, that I didn't think about or whatever. So get in the comments below and let us know the answer to that question. All right. Check out selfcaremattersdaily.com and join the revolution. We're going to meet back here tomorrow on day 7. We're only a week in, and we're doing this the whole month of July. All right. So if you know somebody that wants to be, more accountable to the things that they want to do, you need to tell them about this check-in that we're doing all July. All right. Because the science behind it is, everybody thinks that getting yourself together, losing this weight and doing this is all some grand thing. Like, self-care is not some big grand thing. It is the maintenance that you need to get to the next day, right? It's the maintenance that you're doing today that sets your future self up for success. That's all it is. Now, are there levels to it? Yes. Spa days and whatever, right? There's levels to it. But for a person who has been trying to start a diet or stick to a diet, trying to start a workout plan, wants to lose weight, and you feel like you can't stick to it, nothing's working, you really probably need to look at your consistency. But the reason why I came up with the Daily 5 is because I was that person, okay? And I realized that, you know what? Let me focus on the basics, all right? And then I can build out. Because when you're following the Daily 5, you're filling your 5 buckets of the things that you need. I mean, this is really crazy if you think about it, because why would we be sitting here, with me trying to get you to pay attention to yourself, right? It sounds weird, right? But we put ourselves on the back burner very easily. But the whole science behind it is that if you start with the Daily 5, which are basic habits that you're already doing, you're just going to be more intentional about it. But if you create the habit of checking on yourself, that is a habit that you've created consistency in. So now that you've created a habit of consistency in, maybe you started with a 5-minute walk. Maybe you start with just having water or starting off your morning. And once you are consistent with that habit, you're growing the habit. Now you got a 30-minute workout regimen 3 days a week. You know what I'm saying? That started as a 5-minute walk. Now you drink a gallon of water a day, and that started as you drinking water first thing in the morning. And so on and so forth. All right. So my point with that is that if you are a person who hasn't worked out in a long time, don't set yourself up for failure by saying, oh, I'm going to work out 50 minutes 4 times a week. Probably not going to do it, and you're probably going to end up quitting. Do something that is more along the lines of something you can keep up every day, no matter what, or however, so make the goal smaller is what I'm saying. So, because here's the thing, you could be like, nope, I'm going to plan to do this anyway. And that's fine, right? You could do that, but you're going to be sitting there anyway, right? If you don't do it, why wouldn't you just do the small routine thing? Anyway, now I'm rambling, but watch the Self-Care Revolution podcast, and you will be able to get more tips on how to include self-care in your life daily, because self-care matters daily. There's nothing more important, because the better you do on the Daily 5, the better you show up as. So I don't care. Fight me in the comments. All right. I'll see y'all on day 7. Peace.